goes our first neighbors. See you guys. Good peeps. Got a little berry in there. Our Starbucks drinks. This is the only thing I'll drink from Starbucks.
My dad loves it.
Yeah.
Cheers. I know they're gonna watch it.
Yeah, this is good stuff. Some kind of lemonade, white girl stuff. I don't know.
Mango dragon fruit.
Yeah, what she said. I don't like coffee, so.
With lemonade.
Limonada. Well, what is up, guys? Welcome back to Tacos, Turbos, and Toothpicks at our first campground. We did a little walkthrough video for you guys, but we didn't really fill you guys in on where we're going next. Kind of dropped the ball on that. I apologize. So where are we going?
We're going to drum roll. Insert the drum roll here. Virginia.
That is right. We are headed back towards our home state in Maryland, and we're going to be a little closer to family for the holidays, and you know, plus we just want to see a different part of Virginia. We're going to be in the mountains near West Virginia, near Tennessee. Shout out to my buddy Chris, getting married near Nashville in September, and she actually has a bachelorette with her friends in Virginia. They're going to rent a cabin, so it kind of works out for all of us to get us in that kind of area. As you can see, we're going through a little checklist of our last night here in Cottonwood in Missouri. It's kind of sad. Jasmine had her last day of work yesterday. She loved that hospital. Shout out to the University of Missouri. Hospital. MU Health. They treated her very well. She said everybody was extremely nice and she loved working there. So maybe we'll be back one day. We don't really know. But went through all the fluids on the truck, checked that over. I'll throw a little clip in here. We had to take the welds off. Unfortunately, they're not exactly set up for towing, so had to get the stocks back on there. It's kind of boring, but oh well. Safety first, right? So, like I said, we're just going through a little checklist, getting everything wrapped up so we can leave in the morning. And then we're gonna stop in Kentucky halfway through. We're not gonna try to make the drive all in one day. It's about 12 hours to Virginia from here, and got to go through some mountains and stuff. So it's gonna take some time. We don't really have experience yet. So we're gonna stop outside of Lexington. Yeah, we're gonna stop there. Yeah, that one. It's roughly 6 hours away, and then we'll have roughly 6 hours on the following day to get to Virginia. So shout out to everybody who's followed along this far, and hopefully you enjoy our little trip back to the East Coast. Tacos Turbos, getting ready to hit the road. Adios, Missouri.
Katie, she just texted me and she watched the video of our tour.
Katie Malone.
She said, "Holy crap!"
Yeah, we're super excited. Camper's extremely nice. We've loved living in it so far.
It's so nice. Like, I did not think it would look like that. I'm shook. It's so bougie.
Yeah. Well, we know the bougie one here. So check out our last video to see the inside tour and follow us along for our trip back to the East Coast. Cheers. Gosh. Whew. Well, as you guys can see, we are not in Missouri anymore. We made a 7-hour trip yesterday to get into Kentucky. We are, where are we? Mount Vernon. we're south of Lexington right now. Had a lot going on yesterday. Didn't do a lot of videoing. Figured you guys didn't really need to see that anyway. But basically we left out. Sunrise is gonna be beautiful though. There were little montañas allá. Basically we left out of Missouri. I had all kind of planned in my head, but we actually left a little later because I forgot about the time difference. We are now in the East Coast time zone, Eastern Standard Time. So we were a little later than we expected. We had a few issues on our first stop. I was hoping for smooth sailing. I was about to run out of fuel. Couldn't find the gas station that I wanted. We were also hungry. We didn't stop for breakfast, which is not something I recommend, but I was trying to make up some good time because I forgot about the time difference. So it was a lot going on. But we got to figure it out, and we're here. Came in at like I think 6:30 last night. So we literally took some showers and went and grabbed some dinner. Came back and went to bed. Which is a shame because it's like a beautiful area. We were staying at the Music Valley campground, something like that. Like over back that way is like a huge area for concerts and stuff like that. So this is a campground that they use for people to camp out, and then they can walk over to the concert venue. And since there was no concert, it was actually pretty cheap. There's another campground down the road that was actually kind of expensive. So this was a nice little spot to stop for the night. As you guys can see, we didn't even unhook the truck. We just put our jacks down, hooked up some water and electric, and called it a day. So I've now got to dump the gray tanks since we took showers last night. And then we're gonna get back on the road. Luckily, since we drove a little farther, my beer is a mess. Since we drove a little farther yesterday, we don't have as far as a drive today. So we did a little over 7 hours yesterday, so we've got like right around 5 hours today. Assuming we're gonna stop a couple of times, so it's gonna take a little longer than 5 hours, but we'll cross that bridge when we come to it. We're gonna head down. Instead of going through the mountains of Kentucky and stuff like that, we're actually gonna take the easier route, just because the roads going through the mountains of Kentucky and West Virginia look like this.
What's up, guys? As I sit here and edit this video, there's something I forgot to throw in. So I took a screenshot of the route that it wanted us to take to get from Mount Vernon, Kentucky to Salem, Virginia. And just want to let you guys know that, like, for me as a noob pulling this big camper, the height difference, worrying about low-lying bridges, crazy tight roads and stuff like that, I was a little skeptical on the 3 routes. I'll throw what the Google Maps, actually which way it told us to go, I'll throw that in here. So basically, instead of doing that, I mapped my own route around to go through Knoxville, Tennessee. So we went farther south, taking the interstate and then coming up out of Tennessee into Virginia through 81, which looks like a lot farther than what it is. But once you look at the routes of what Google is trying to take me with all those zigzag roads and stuff like that, that's just not a risk I'm really willing to take. And I'm sure somebody can chime in the comments and give me some better advice on how to map out a better route for myself. I know, there's old school ways. I'm pretty prone to using my phone, and your phone just tries to give you the fastest way possible, even if it's only 10 minutes shorter. But just the route of how it looks like it's just bending roads and zigzagging back and forth, it's just not something I'm comfortable yet with taking with the camper. So I would much rather just stay on an interstate, just stay doing 70. I mean, for me, where I know my transmission stock and my truck stock, one of the hardest things on the truck is getting it going, is stopping all that weight and getting it up to speed without being too hard on parts. Once it gets up to a cruising speed and rolling, everything's good. So for me, I would rather stay at that constant speed than maybe save 10 minutes to just go in and out of these little towns, stopping and going, zigzagging down back roads and stuff like that. That is just not something I'm willing to put my truck through or myself through mentally or physically for my truck. I know it may sound a little corny, and I'm sure there's a better way to map it all out, but for me personally, I don't really know a better way. So I got our route to, we're trying to manage our little bit of spaces. Doing dishes, it's a little complicated, but basically we just mapped out our route from Missouri to Lexington, because after Lexington through Eastern Kentucky is where it got a little crazy. And as most of you guys know, they've had some really bad floodings, road closings, bridges closing. We didn't want to deal with any of that. We just wanted to know 100% that we would be good to go on the interstate / highway. So that is the route that we went. I think it took just a tad bit longer, but I think all in all, it was better off for us. And I just want to throw that in for you guys as well, to just make it easier on yourself and plan a route that you're comfortable with. Now back to your regularly scheduled programming.
So we're just gonna go straight down to Knoxville, Tennessee, and then shoot up 81 to Salem, Virginia, Roanoke, Virginia. So looking forward to that. We're gonna get cleaned up, packed up. Jasmine's still sleeping. Didn't want to wake her up, but get loaded up and get back on the road, because that's what we do.
I got money in the bank. Yeah, shout out what you drink. I got money in the bank. Yeah, shout out what you drink. I got money in the bank. Yeah, shout out what you drink.
Hey, 50 got me good touch. Got me, I got a big.
What is up, guys, and welcome to... Where are we at?
Virginia.
Virginia. Why don't you like to talk to the people? The people want to hear your voice.
No, they don't.
Yes, they do. Look, it's following you. What is up, guys, and welcome to Virginia. Like we said, we are at our campground here in the montañas. We are way up here. We are at the Dixie Caverns, right outside Salem, Virginia. We're only here for a couple more days. We're having trouble finding campgrounds that'll let us stay for multiple weeks, like a month or so. Apparently around here, it's kind of a small destination where the Appalachian Mountains run through here, and there's a lake probably about 45 minutes away. So we're working on trying to find a campground that'll let us stay.
Does our next campground have a lake?
No, it's next to a creek or something. But anyway, so we're here just kicking it. I'm not gonna lie, this is a couple days later after our trip. We got here on Friday. It is now Sunday. Like I've said in our last video, we are very much noobs to this. So we're still trying to take it all in, trying to figure out what we need to do, what we don't need to do. I have to say, I'm guilty of just rushing and trying to get stuff done, and that is not the way to go when you are towing a camper or setting up a camper or packing up a camper. So I know I've got a lot to learn. I think Jasmine can agree. We got to work on our communication a little bit better because, you know, just stuff doesn't work out when you just try to get things done.
No, it doesn't.
It does not.
Especially when you're trying to level our system out.
Yeah. But before we even get into that, like, so we split our trip up into 2 days. It was about 800 miles. We went a little farther the first day because I wanted to get that out of the way. Going back, that's probably the maximum we could do in a day. Like, we were both exhausted. And then just trying to make a timeline. And then I forgot about the time change. So we lost an hour coming back to the East Coast. Crazy. And then we got here to Virginia. And it's a little tight around here, not going to lie. One thing we're not super crazy about. Yeah, I was going to say, can you open that up? So, yeah, they're like right there. We can like reach out and touch them.
We can't even put our awnings out.
Yeah, their sewer and electrical hookups are basically right next to our window. Apparently, it's a very old campground. Way before like these huge campers came out and slide outs. We had a couple next to us when we pulled in on the other side, and where they had their picnic table and stuff. Sorry, we got our blinds down because we like our privacy. But as you can see, like all our hookups were right there, and their picnic table and where they were eating and stuff was all right there. So we didn't want to be that kind of person to put all our stuff out and mess with and interfere with other people's camping experience. So, but we are gonna have to go get another sewer tube today just because of how far it is set up. And then as you can see, we got like a tree right where our door is. Just not laid out the best, but this is the closest to her hospital where she's going to be working. And we're just, like I said, we're only here for a couple more days, and then we're headed to another spot. So hopefully we have better luck with that, and we have some more privacy and space in our area. We're just getting used to the whole experience, meeting new people. And with that being said, I just want to give a special shout out to Kevin and Josh and their wives, Kelly and Joe. They were our first camper neighbors in Missouri. So we stayed the week there while she was still finishing up at work at Mizzou University Hospital. And probably the best neighbors you can have for newcomers. They gave us a lot of advice, helped us out. They even helped me switch my wheels and tires because they had bigger impacts than me, so they could just, like a NASCAR pit crew, just zip them on and zip them off. Because obviously the welds look cool, but they're not the best to, they're not the best to tow with. They don't make those tires anymore, so if I had a blowout, that would be an issue. Also, they were on adapters and spacers, as you guys know, and that is probably not the best weight distribution, I would say, on the suspension and the truck itself. So we went ahead and went back to factory. I don't like the look, but it's more practical. So again, shout out to them. They're from Kansas. They actually commented on our last video and said that they were back home. When they left there, they went to an Air Force base, had a little bit more of their vacation, but it was awesome getting to meet them. And we're hoping that that is a look into how awesome our neighbors are going to be from here on out, wherever we stay. We know they won't always be the best, but we've had pretty good experience so far. We're going to go out today, do some grocery shopping. We've got to get some stuff to keep organized. We realized once we travel somewhere, this thing bounces all over the place and stuff gets thrown everywhere. So we're gonna try to find some stuff to organize and also keep stuff in place so it's not all over the place when we get to where we need to go. And we're gonna sightsee a little bit in the montañas. So throw some clips in here for you guys. Montañas, why did we say that wrong? I don't know. I need to work on my Spanish. I've been slacking.
Well, you guys can see we are back. Nothing exciting, nothing to really show you guys. We ended up just grabbing some lunch and going shopping, which is never fun once you get the bill for that. But as you can see, we're out here in the campground. Give you guys a better idea of the campground here. And yeah, as you guys can see, this is our electrical box, sewer hookup, water hookup, all that good stuff. And then that is the picnic table for the site right here. So when we got in here, it was a little tight. Now that they're gone, and we got some more room out here, but still it's a little tight in the campground. Just went to get get us a new extra sewer hose kit, just because of where we parked, to clear the tree and also give them some space back there. When we got here, we pulled a little bit too far forward, so I had to get another 15 foot of sewer hose. No big deal. Rhino is supposed to be the best. That's what everybody talks about on YouTube. Where we bought our camper, they didn't have that, so they had a different brand that looked very similar. I'm not even sure what it's called, but it seems to work fine for us. So I just got a little extension for it. And we also got this cable hookup. You know, I kind of got the idea from the guys we met in Missouri that they like to be outside. They don't want to be cooped up inside all day. That's not the point of camping. But let's be honest, you know, we're not tent camping. We're out here glamping. We like our TV. We like to relax, kick back in the AC. You know, we're not doing this for vacation. It's going to be our home. So, you know, we don't mind having some extra TV channels. Right now, we just got the antenna on top. Some channels kind of coming in fuzzy. Football starts next week, so we got to have cable hookup. And the last 2 campgrounds we've been, they do have a cable hookup. I know not all campgrounds have that, but we just went ahead and got a 50-foot cable from Walmart. Plugs in right here above our water hookup, as you can see up there. So yeah, so we're hooked up. I'm about to go in, help Jasmine put away the rest of the groceries, and see if we can get some the cable running on the TV. So yeah, that's about it, guys. Nothing too exciting today, but every day can be exciting as long as you make it exciting, you know? I don't know, I just made that up. Finally got to some cleaning. We got the cable hooked up with the golf channel. Shoo. Look at the hookup. Already got some new neighbors. Finally did our full-blown grocery shopping. Look at this spread. That residential fridge coming in handy. Coming in clutch. Is this your favorite part, babe? Shoo. Ah, look at that. Gorgeous. Beautiful RV living. These big old cabinets. Yeah, we dropped some money today at the Walmart, but it was worth it. Right, babe? She had to get her iced coffee at 2 o'clock in the afternoon. Kick back. Enjoy a nice cold H2O. Cheers to you and your fam. Happy living, happy camping, or whatever else you be doing this weekend. Cheers.